Since late 2019, aim assist has been the hot topic of every other game out there. Games like Fortnite, Halo, Call of Duty, and Apex Legends have had their fair share of aim assist debates. I wanted to come back to this topic and talk about aim assist and PC ports in general instead of targeting one specific game, and talk about whether or not aim assist belongs in PC games. I guess I should mention that this is going to be an opinion video and I'm going to be as non-biased as possible. I've also been playing on console since 2007 and on PC since 2016. I still play on both console and PC to this day, so I'm not just some console peasant or PC elitist, and I actually know what it's like to play on controller and keyboard and mouse, unlike some people on the internet. With that out of the way, let's start with what exactly aim assist is. I often hear things like aim assist is an aimbot or a cheat for console players. It's not. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a program for controller players that assists them with aiming. It makes first-person shooters feel natural on a controller since most console players are limited to a thumbstick. Some games can get away with having no aim assist, such as Rainbow Six Siege, but 9 out of 10 shooters on console are going to have aim assist. The PC, on the other hand, doesn't have aim assist for those playing on a keyboard and mouse, the main peripheral of the platform, since aiming with a mouse has more freedom when it comes to aiming in first-person shooters. There was even a time where aim assist was non-existent at all, even for those that play with controllers on PC. But this all changed when Fortnite released with crossplay. There were a few games back in the day that had crossplay with consoles and PC, but the idea never really became mainstream until Fortnite did it. The only concern at the time was allowing crossplay with the PC community, so what many developers did was add aim assist to their PC ports. This sounded like a great idea since console gamers needed that extra nudge to help them play against PC gamers that had the freedom of a mouse, but with this change came the issues. Since this was the first time PC players were facing console gamers with aim assist, people were beginning to notice that aim assist might have been making some games a bit too easy for controller players, which is what caused the whole aim assist debate. I myself even made a few videos talking about aim assist in games like Halo, which I will get to in a minute. But the issue I have with these debates is that every game is different and not everyone has experience on both keyboard and mouse and controllers, which then creates a lot of biased takes on the topic. So I am here to properly give my thoughts on aim assist as both a controller and a keyboard and mouse user. Should aim assist be allowed in PC ports of games, especially those with crossplay? Yes and no. My main issue with aim assist is that it's often being implemented based on assumptions and stereotypes based on how a keyboard and mouse works. For the longest time, PC gamers have been saying that keyboard and mouse is just flat out better since you have more room and freedom with a mouse and you could just flick onto people without any dead zones or buildups like what you would get with a controller. When it comes down to raw aim alone, yes, the keyboard and mouse is going to be better than controllers based on raw aim. One problem here is that we're no longer talking about raw aim. We are talking about aim assist, which mixes the raw aim of a thumb with artificial aim. I do think that controllers do need some form of aim assist to play against keyboard and mouse players, but I also believe that there's a point where it can be too much. The other problem is that most people haven't played on keyboard and mouse, including developers, and they assume that all PC gamers are aim gods that never miss shots.
They fail to acknowledge that on mouse and keyboard, you're aiming with your entire hand, and on a controller, you're aiming with your thumb and a stick. Like, see this? People don't get this. They don't understand this. They have a really hard time. They think this is equal to this. I don't know. I don't know what's going through their heads. I guess their comprehension skills are lacking or something. We see, you see? Thumb, hand. Damn near everything is easier to do with your fucking hand than your thumb.
This is due to many competitive PC games showing off insane plays where you see people like Shroud, Wardell, or Kenny S flicking onto people like it's the easiest thing in the world. What most people don't realize is that only the top 1% of the PC population can actually do this. Your average PC gamer isn't going to be flicking onto people clicking heads. I've even seen some people with aim so bad that I wonder if they're even playing with a mouse. But since everyone's perspective of PC gamers is based on the top 1%, judging whether or not aim assist is overpowered for specific games has been very one-sided for those that have never touched a keyboard and mouse before. The Halo games are a great example of this. These games games were made for consoles and the controller. We never really got to experience the franchise on the keyboard and mouse since 2007. Once we did get to experience it on PC, thanks to the MCC coming to PC in 2019, people quickly began to realize how strong aim assist was to the point where a controller player could easily beat a keyboard and mouse player. This is someone who has played Halo on console since 2007 and PC games since 2016, and I am saying this. But since 90% of Halo fans have never even touched a keyboard and mouse, they just assume that all PC gamers are bad and think that the overpowered aim assist is justified despite the tests showing otherwise. Same thing goes with games like Call of Duty and Fortnite. Whenever aim assist is talked about, console gamers are the first to dismiss it by saying, "What happened to being the aim gods of gaming? This should be easy for them." Yeah, no one was claiming that to begin with, at least someone with knowledge of both peripherals. And sure, the best aimers in gaming history have been on PC, but that doesn't mean everyone else on PC is some kind of aim god. It doesn't work that way. So why is me discussing the top 0.1% of PC gamers important, you may ask? I believe that some developers tweak aim assists for those naturally gifted gamers in hopes of balancing both peripherals, but all they're doing is giving royalty to controller players, rendering keyboard and mouse useless, which then causes a lot of PC gamers to just flat out quit the game and move on to games based on raw aim alone, such as Valorant. Developers and gamers in general need to realize that most PC gamers aren't the aim gods people often see on YouTube, and developers need to stop adjusting aim assist for those gifted players. But what if we want to balance it for competitive play, you may ask? I really hate to be the breaker of bad news, but a balance is impossible. They're too physically different. No program in the world can properly balance them. Let me put this in a visual perspective. A controller uses a joystick to aim and is limited to this tiny circle built into the controller. Now try balancing that with a mouse that uses laser technology with mouse pads 5 times the size of the controller itself, or even better, the size of the desk itself. See the problem here? The only proper way to give console players a chance against PC gamers without unfair advantages is by giving console ports keyboard and mouse support. This is the only logical solution to this. Even if you change the controller to have a touchpad to aim instead of a joystick, which is what the Steam controller uses, you're still limited to the controller size. It might work for casual games, but console gamers will never have a chance in competitive games unless you give them that keyboard and mouse support along with other PC features like FOV sliders and high frame rate support. I don't have a problem with aim assist in general. The problem is that it's becoming way too strong and console gamers are just brushing it off thinking that it's necessary when it's not, and it's influencing other developers to do the same, completely ruining the PC experience and the player base since they don't want to deal with console gamers using artificial aim, at least in a competitive setting. If developers listen to the PC community's feedback instead of basing their decisions on untrue assumptions, aim assist can have a place in PC ports without ruining anyone else's experience. That is going to be it for today's video. I know I am going to get so much hate, but let me know your thoughts down in the comments below anyways. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe for more content, and I will talk to you all later.